Hello, all viewers. Our tournament is going to start in about 4 minutes, if I'm not wrong. We have to wait for 4 minutes just to get the tournament started, and then we will start analyzing your games. So, just doing a quick settings check if the voice is clear and the video. Guys, the game has started. I hope so that I am still connected. There are a lot of problems with the connection right now. So, yeah, I didn't move. I lost the game. Let me just pause this, go back and try to connect again. Yeah, I think we are live now. So the first request is from Abhishek underscore Shriv. Let's check Abhishek underscore Shriv. If you are playing a game, we will pick up your game. Srivastav, okay. Let's check Abhishek Srivastav's games if he is playing one. Yeah, so he has started playing a game with another player. Let's check his game quickly. So Abhishek is playing from the black side e4, e5, knight f3, d6, bishop c4, bishop to g4, h3, bishop takes f3, queen takes f3, queen f6. So this is a straight away. Black is trying to exchange of the queens, and there are other ways to play as well because this is something that is not decided. This is not the way black should play the e4, e5 game, giving away all the pieces. Rather than e4, e5 here, actually, I would just like to suggestion to you. So d6 is okay. You don't have to play bishop g4 here. You just have to play bishop to e2 and then try to play knight f6 and castle. Okay, what you are playing here is called as Fedor's defense, and Fedor's defense bishop e7 has to be played. If you play knight f6 first, then ng5 gives you some trouble on the f7 square with the knight on g5 and bishop on c4. Hence, first play bishop e7 so that knight g4 is not possible, and then you can play knight f6 and go for castles on the king side. So that's the way you should play. Then you can play c6 and you can try for a d5 break, but this is not the way you should play Abhishek from black side bishop g4 and giving away the bishop, inviting white's queen for the attack. So this is something that you should avoid. Don't make any blunders here. Okay, so this is again another blunder that this pawn was given away, probably b6 here, and after b6 you can just develop your knight to d7. I think bishop b5 check is expected there on c6 can be played, but so let's go back to tournament and check the next request I think is from yeah. Okay, so Firebolt is playing the game. Let us just check Firebolt if Firebolt is playing. Yeah, Firebolt 2009 is the ID. Let's check if he's playing. So Firebolt is playing against Anudini. Let's check his game. Yep. So the game is here. Let's check what happened in the opening. Is playing from Gujarat Lions and Anudini is playing from Golden Castle Chess Club. So e4, e6, a French defense. This is called as French defense. So Firebolt is playing from black side with and he's playing the French defense. So that's nice to see. Knight f3, d5, knight c3, pawn to d4, knight to b5, pawn to c5, pawn to d3, pawn to a6, knight a3, and knight to c6. Now knight g4, knight g5 is actually not a useful move. It's not useful because this knight is not doing anything. So instead of playing this move, you just have to develop your pieces as much as possible. And this is a blunder again because this bishop can capture the knight for free. So that's not the best game to analyze, guys. But white player here, that is Anudin in this game. This is not how you should play from the white side. You have to prepare a proper opening from white side, or at least make the correct opening moves and brush up your opening principles. So black has lost on time just in 13 moves. Let's go back to a tournament and let's check one of the top games right now. So we do have this running here and let's check who is playing on the top right now. Okay, so we have a game between let's check. Yes, pause. Let's check this. We have checked the game. So let's check Hidden Masters game. So this is a new team, guys. Nagpur Chess Warriors, and Sony Atharva is playing with Hidden Master. That is from Sony Atharva. I think is playing from the Chess Blasters versus uh, Hidden Chess Master from the Nagpur Chess Warriors. And this is a nice game. Let's check what happened in the opening quickly. So d4, knight f6, e3, e6, bishop d3, pawn to c5, pawn to c3, pawn to b6, pawn to f4, Bishop to b7, knight to f3, pawn to d6, knight to d2, knight to d7, and then we have castles, queen c7, knight g5, bishop e7, knight e4, castles, queen f3. And this setup is actually a very positional setup wherein white doesn't want to open up the game as quickly as possible. He wants to keep the position closed and then probably try to play sometime in the game. He might try to, if this is exchange, then white has an option to exchange with the e pawn or with the c pawn, either ways. And yeah, that's the way actually white can open up either of his files, e file or c file, for the further attack. So d5 was played here, knight takes f6 and pawn to g4, queen to c6, queen to h3, knight e4, queen f3, knight takes d2. So this is unnecessary actually. You should not exchange this knight on d2. If you look at this knight, actually this knight is not of much use right now. What you should be concerned about is this pawn here, which is the queen and the bishop, which are trying to attack the h7 pawn. So probably g5 is the next threat, and yeah, so you can play g6 as well here, but knight e4, I think knight takes e4 should be invited so that this e takes and then this bishop is blocked permanently. Okay, but anyways, so g6 I think could have been okay, not the best move, but could have been okay. Let's see what happened in the game. e4 was played, and after knight e4, queen to d3. So let me just check the connections, please.